to, and also why we volunteer. Not only as just individuals, but as Marines as well. Okay, the ways we can volunteer is pretty simple. We can volunteer our time, or we can volunteer our experience. Experience being, let's say you're good at carpentry, you can volunteer to Habitat for Humanity, and they're always building homes for people, patios, garages, all that other good stuff. Also your time, you can volunteer for Boys and Girls Club, Wounded Warrior Program, and the time is only part of it, just being there, being that adult supervision, being that quote-unquote mentor, so volunteering your time. The places we can volunteer to, organizations, would be like the Wounded Warrior Program. A lot of those Marines and sailors and military members have gone through a lot of stuff. So just being there so that way they have someone to talk to helps them out a lot. Boys and Girls Club is also another good place to volunteer time, as well as the YMCA or Habitat for Humanity. Here I got some handouts for you. Here's the Boys and Girls Club. Pass this around. And just in more detail describe to you how you can volunteer your time and what you can do as far as volunteer opportunities, let's say be a coach or anything like that. Another one is Habitat for Humanity. And it's another simple one. Describes what you can do for volunteering, whether it's doing some carpentry work, coordinating events or something like that. And this one's Wounded Warrior Program. Now here I got some stats. First we'll start off with, did the project obviously help you develop new coping skills? These are for the Wounded Warriors over there in the program. Says their target rate was at 85%, they're hitting 94%. So this stuff does help. Just being there helps them out a lot. Family support, they're trying to see they get family support. They're looking for a target rate at like 85%. They're getting at 199%. So again, here are the stats for the Wounded Warrior Program. It helps. These guys are at Balboa. Just voicing, being there for them to console, to either voice an opinion or a little bit of experience about whatever case helps them out a lot. Next, we're going to talk about why we volunteer. For some of us, well, all of us, because we're all Marines, volunteer is great. And volunteer, we're giving back to the community. Obviously, we've already given to the community and to this whole country because we're the ones who, given our lives to go out there. We volunteer to be Marines, be United States Marine Corps. But we also, within our community, can also give our time, because when I volunteer, say Habitat for Humanity, it's not me, Robert Flores, is volunteering, it's the United States Marine. Oh, I remember the Marines came out to volunteer his time on top of all the other things that he does. Being a Marine, deploying his family, and other things that he takes care of. So they look at that, and it builds a better tight network between the community and the Marine Corps itself. Also, for a sergeant, even corporals, volunteering looks good on you. Looks good on your career. It helps separate you from the average Marine. For example, being Lance Corporal Hall, most of us Lance Corporals, hey, we're trying to be competitive to each other for the next promotion. We both run 300 PFTs, CFTs, and experts and all this other good stuff. But what else is going to separate us? Well, yeah, he does a little self-education, but guess what? I'll go out in town and volunteer to be a coach with Boys and Girls Club, basketball, or volunteer for Habitat for Humanity. I got letter of appreciations, CERTCOMs, and whatnot from, let's say, the mayor of Oceanside, because I volunteered to march in the Veterans Day Parade. Just to march in my deltas or dress blues. That's going to separate me from him, because now it's showing, wow, this kid's going above and beyond to separate himself from the rest, from the average Marine. So it's an awesome thing. So of course what we talked about is ways we can volunteer, meaning our time and our experience. Who we can volunteer to, obviously Habitat for Humanity, YMCA, and Boys and Girls Club. And then why we do it. For one, because we're Marines, we try to give back to the community. Two, it looks good on us, helps us separate each other as far as being more competitive. And three, or within yourself, it's a great thing to do. It's a great feeling to do that for someone else that's less fortunate. Final, I'll leave you with this one note, and that's the quote from John F. Kennedy. John F. Kennedy, when he was president, in his inaugural speech, gave a speech of, "Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country." And all he meant by that is just, hey, let's get out there and give back to the community, help each other out, instead of always asking, well, I need help from Uncle Sam, you know, this other kind of stuff. It's give back to the public. That's what he meant by that. Any questions? Any thoughts? Sound good? Maybe we should want to go out there and volunteer. Represent for the Marine Corps, right? In a positive way, right? Sure. Thank you.